Well, a very good afternoon, evening, morning, Tuesday,
Good
Wednesday, Thursday,
day.
wherever you are listening from. Good day to all of you. Hi, Erica.
Hey, Georges.
Welcome back, everyone, to Macabre and Company.
Oh my
Thank you
gosh.
all again to our dedicated listeners for tuning in one more time as we delve into the mysterious, the spooky, the scientific, the conspiracies, the everything that's weird and
Yeah.
wonderful about the universe we like to talk about, right, Erica?
Yes, indeed. We've missed you all. Sorry, we had a couple weeks hiatus. It's been a bit of a wild time.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, we had the holidays, and we had the new year, and we've had
LA was
work.
on fire.
LA was on fire. Palm Springs was cold and dry. It's been a strange couple of months, but we love
Yeah.
strange here at Macabre and Company, right?
We love Strange and we're ready to rally. We are here. We are here to solve a mystery,
A
maybe.
mystery.
Are
Oh
we solving
yeah,
mysteries today, George?
we're solving mysteries today, Erica.
We're solving mysteries.
Mm. Well, today we are diving into a cosmic enigma, Erica, that has stumped astronomers, scientists, and space enthusiasts for many years. You know me, I am a huge sci fi fan. I love particularly Star Trek, I love everything about the cosmos. I believe there's so much out there that we don't know, so I love to think about it. I love to listen to theories about space, whether that's about aliens, strange, occurrences in the universe. There's so many things that if you actually do a deep dive in the internet, or speak to actual scientists, that they're and astronomers, there's so much that we don't know about the universe. It's actually insane.
Yeah.
Like
It's
if you think
wild.
about the unknown, what's beyond the observable universe, like crazy.
It blows my mind the depth of space.
Yeah. That what we're going to talk about today is like a mystery that sparked a debate throughout scientific community, not about aliens per se, right? Like a lot of conspiracy theories and a lot of theories about the universe is all based on, is there life out there? I believe there is. I think the universe is too big for there not to be, whether it's worms or insects or maybe other intelligent life. I don't know. We could talk about that for hours and hours. We've touched on it before, nothing new. But something that really, really excites me about the close universe, the observable universe that we see, is the theory behind a ninth planet in our solar system. Another planet
Ooh.
that's potentially not discovered yet, but there is some scientific theory and a little bit of proof, or some theories around this, and that there is actually another planet out there, which is either known as Planet Nine, or some people call it Planet X as well. A little bit more mysterious. Have you heard about it?
Wow. No, I have never heard anything about this. Tell me everything.
Okay, so is there a ninth planet out there in the depths of our universe, or is it just a myth? Now, the thing again with science, like science is based around a lot of theory. Um, Before finding proof and fact, and it's like building an equation, right? A little bit when it comes to space. There's a lot of physics involved in this theory too, which kind of makes me believe it even more because when you have people throwing stuff out that I don't understand, I go, they must be right because they're saying all these big words, you
Yeah.
know? So back into Planet Nine and delve into what people think. So the story of Planet Nine begins in 2016, right? What we're going to start talking about.
Okay.
Astronomers Konstantin Batygin and Michael Brown, both from Caltech, made a rather bold claim that a massive unseen planet might be lurking far beyond the orbit of Neptune. Now, Neptune's the furthest planet away. The theory suggested that this planet, roughly 10 times the mass of Earth, could explain some strange, unexplained movements in the orbits of trans Neptunian objects, or TNOs, small icy objects that orbit the sun beyond Neptune. But what exactly is it? Is this just a theoretical model, or could there really be a ninth planet out there waiting to be found? To understand this mystery, we're going to break it down a little bit further. Now, let's talk really simple layman's, like people that don't know about science kind of things like me, right? So we all orbit around the sun. The sun's in the middle. We all move around it at different rates and different distances. What's even more exciting, actually, to be talking about this right now is that we're actually in the middle of a planetary alignment. And if you look up into the sky right now, if you're aware of kind of mapping out the sky and the stars, you can actually see the curvature of a line of planets. That are following just happen to be at the same time. And this happens usually every 40 years or so.
Yeah, we saw it the other night. We've been looking for it
It's
and
so
it's
cool, huh?
really cool. Yeah.
And you can kind of see when you look at them and you can see the bend in the universe, which is also kind of awesome because for
Yeah.
me, one thing that really captures me about space and looking up at the stars is you're not actually looking up, you're looking out into nothing. You are
Yeah.
looking out into this huge abyss with so much going on up there. So first things first, Planet Nine isn't just the name of the idea of Planet X that's come up. The term Planet X dates back to the 19th century, so a lot longer than when Brown kind of theorized this in 2016. So astronomers in the 19th century noticed that Uranus or Uranus, well, sorry, I always giggle when I say Uranus for obvious reasons, that Uranus was behaving exactly how they thought it should be. Sorry, let's go. Yeah.
Keep it
So
in, keep
scientists
it
believe
in.
that Uranus was not behaving the way it should be. The story goes that they believed something was tugging on Uranus's orbit, pulling it off course a little bit, right? So it's really
Ooh,
easy for astronomers and scientists now to know where the planets are going to go, know the speed that they travel, their orbit travel, all that kind of thing, right? We know this because it's been observed for millennia now, and all the data shows that things don't really go out of place there. But Uranus was pulling off course a little bit, and they were kind of wondering why, because it would take a huge gravitational force to pull a planet out of its orbit a little
orbit.
bit. So
Mm.
the idea of another planet in our solar system kind of sank in. A huge planet. Now, why haven't we found it? We'll go into a little bit later on, right? Why? Obviously, we've been around for a long time now. We've been observing the universe. So why haven't we found it? But it's actually really, really simple as to why we haven't found something yet, and why it's still a theory that is possible. So fast forward to the 20th century, and we have a really famous case of Pluto. In 1930, Clyde Tombaugh discovered Pluto, and it was initially considered the ninth planet. However, as telescopes improved and more objects were discovered beyond Pluto, it became clear that Pluto wasn't the giant planet that astronomers had thought or imagined. In fact, it was later reclassified as a dwarf planet in 2006. And the search for the true ninth planet went into the shadows for a while.
And like
Excuse me.
we like keep getting more advanced and more advanced. And then we're like, ooh, and then there's more things. Ooh, now we can see more things. Like obviously there's more stuff out there.
So much, so much.
And we're just not
And
advanced
obviously,
enough.
like the declassification of Pluto kind of threw all these theories out because then people are like, okay, well, we've been wrong for so long about this. What else could we be wrong about?
Yeah.
So jump back again to 2016. Brown reignited the search for Planet Nine with a theory. They weren't the first to suggest that there might be something out there beyond Neptune, but their work came at a time when technology had advanced enough to make sure a discovery was possible, or at least the possibility of finding one was still out there, right? So our technology and our information data that we've collected from the universe is kind of showing us it's totally possible that there's something else out there because telescopes are getting better and better. I mean, look at what the James Webb telescope's done in the past like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Like insane the photographs that we get of deep space. Now, to understand the theory, let's take a quick detour into some space science. I call this segment Space Science with Georges. The
Space science
outer
with Georges.
ooh, ding. Wait, do that again.
Space science with Georges.
Love that. So the outer solar system beyond Neptune is home to a vast region known as the Kuiper Belt, a belt of icy objects, dwarf planets, and comets. As astronomers observe the orbits of certain TNOs, they notice something strange. The trajectories of these smaller objects seem to be clustered in a way that couldn't be easily explained by the known gravitational forces of the sun and the planets. That's what
Mm.
Battigan and Brown proposed their idea. What if there's a massive unseen planet out there? One that's so far out in the solar system that we haven't yet spotted it with our telescopes. Their hypothesis was that Planet Nine, if it exists, would have a highly elliptical orbit, taking it hundreds of astronomical units from the sun at its farthest point. For comparison, Neptune is about 30 astronomical units from the sun. So Planet Nine could be 10 times farther out than Neptune. That's a long
Oh,
way. That means it could be an incredibly hard to spot with our current technology. So here's
yeah.
something I learned as well. When you see people and it's like, oh, a kid discovered a star or a planetary system or something through their telescope, and you see it in the news, someone found this, right? The reason why that still happens is because there's only certain times and certain spectrums of light or areas of light that make something discoverable. So, in order to find a planet, really, you need the Earth and the Sun to be lined up with that planet in a particular way so that the light reflects off through the telescope to see this object in the distance. So,
Right.
if
And if this is
nobody's
like,
looked,
if this is so far away, we've not looked
yeah,
at the right angle at the exact right time in the exact right alignment.
exactly. And think about the Earth like it's a circle, right? I mean, it's a globe, right? So there's all
Yeah.
these different angles that we could be looking from, all different like areas of light and different distances. It's insane. So it makes it really, really hard for things like that to be discoverable. This also
Mm.
means that Planet Nine might only make one orbit around the sun every 10,000 to 20,000 years. Like it could be that far away, but because our solar system's so huge, it could still be part of our solar system. It's just really, really far away. That's one hell of a slow moving orbit. Like one Earth year is
Yeah.
10,000 or 20,000 years on this planet.
Wild.
That's crazy. We would be young forever.
Oh my gosh. We already are young forever. Look at us.
We already are young forever. We don't have to move to Planet Nine. We're already ageless.
Yes.
But wait, Erica, there's more.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Some of the bizarre behavior of certain objects in the Kuiper Belt, like the fact that their orbits seem to be aligned in a certain way, could in theory be explained by the gravitational pull of this hypothetical planet. Essentially, the idea is that Planet Nine's gravity could be gently nudging these objects into their current orbits. Now, let's talk
Oh.
about the search for Planet Nine a little bit. Despite all the compelling evidence, scientists have yet to directly observe this planet, right? Okay. Oh,
Mm.
no, we've seen it yet. It is just a theory.
Yeah.
Telescopes like the Subaru telescope in Hawaii and the upcoming Vera C. Rubin Observatory are designed to survey the skies for objects that could potentially be Planet Nine. But so far, nothing. It's like playing a cosmic game of hide and seek with a planet that may not even be in existence, right? But
Mm.
um, 10,000 years, I mean, we've been looking up at the stars, but the advancement of telescopes and technology has advanced more in the past 10, 20 years than ever before, right? So we're
Mm.
starting to see things now, but this planet could be still 9,000 years away from being discoverable, because we
Wow.
could be on
Yeah.
the completely opposite end of the solar system right now to it. So there's
Hmm.
potential for this place not to be discovered for a very long time until after we're all gone. Um,
Wow. But this episode will live forever, and then they'll know that we knew.
yeah, they're gonna go. Those guys knew. They read the internet, and of course there's a lot of skeptics out there, right? So some scientists argue that the idea of Planet Nine might be a bit of a stretch, right? They're like, I don't know. I think we would have found it by now. It almost seems as though their scientists are making excuses as to why we haven't found it just to keep the excitement going. So they point
Mm.
out that the gravitational influences seen in the Kuiper Belt might have other explanations, such as the combined effects of smaller objects rather than a single massive planet. So maybe a bunch of the smaller objects in the Kuiper Belt are big enough to have like a gravitational pull, and are just making more of a wave in the smaller parts rather than
Mm. Okay.
rather than a bigger planet. Others suggest that the mysterious clustering of these TNO orbits could be due to observational biases. Maybe these objects we've spotted just look clustered, even though they aren't, right? And maybe we're trying to find
Yeah.
something. But those are just
Mm.
the boo haters. Like, come on,
I think
you know?
it's so close-minded to be like, we would have found it by now. Like we wouldn't have. We are not as smart as we think we are. The technology is constantly getting better.
Oh,
The earth is like big, the universe is vast. I think it's foolish to discount this theory.
I agree. I think it's absolutely foolish to discount it. And I think we should keep looking. We keep looking for it. Now, there are some fringe theories, some a little bit more out there, that suggest the mysterious Planet Nine could be something even more bizarre than we
Dun dun
imagine.
dun.
I know. So, could it be a rogue planet, not bound to the sun at all, but passing through our solar system from somewhere deep in space? Right?
Can
Is
that
this a type
happen?
of planet that we don't know about? Can
Yeah, I mean, I guess
some
anything can
planets
happen.
like orbiting the universe? Like are they
Yeah.
orbiting all the suns, for example?
Woohoo.
Or could it be something truly alien, a celestial body, the origins beyond our current understanding of astronomy? Could it be another planet? Could it be our origin story? Is that where we're from? Did we accidentally crash here when we were exploring from another planet to try and find somewhere else to live? Like that was that our homeland?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Some even speculate that it might be a brown dwarf, a failed star that never quite ignited, lurking on the fringes of our solar system, silently watching from the shadows. But that's also possible. They've been discovered further out into space before, and
Yeah.
they're hard to discover because they don't give off much light. They're usually on their own,
Mm.
just out there. There's a few of these brown dwarfs, which never became a sun, which is kind of sad when you think about it. Never
Yeah.
quite reached their potential.
You
So
know,
here we are standing on the edge of a mystery that is yet to be solved. Theories abound, but no definitive answers. Is Planet Nine out there patiently waiting to be discovered, or is it just a figment of our imagination, a convenient explanation for unexplained phenomenon? Only time and technology will tell, I guess. Erica, what do you think?
well,
What is your theory on it?
okay, well, I think it absolutely exists. I love the idea of like a rogue planet just like doing laps of the universe.
Yeah,
I
that's
I
very
think
you.
that
If Erica
sounds.
was a planet, she'd be a rogue planet, just doing laps of the universe.
Oh, I absolutely would. I'd be like, gotta go, guys. Gotta see what else is out there. I love that. I love that idea. So I would like to go with that. I think that planet has seen some things and it's been to other universes and other solar systems. And
Yeah,
maybe the pull of our sun is just so strong that it's kind of here for a minute. But also like it could be gone by now because how long it takes data to get to
yeah,
us. Jupiter could have been wonky for a minute, and then by the time the signal gets to us, that planet's already
yeah.
gone.
I know. I was looking out. I should say. I want to change my language that I
Yeah.
use. I was looking out into space last night when I was walking the dogs, and I always just think how incredible it is that that particular particle of light that's going into our eyes, however that works, is coming from millions of years ago.
Yeah.
Like we're looking back into the past. It's like looking into the past, time travel.
Yeah. It's
It's
wild.
pretty
And
crazy.
I don't know where all of our listeners are from, but you and I both can really see the stars where we are. You're in Palm Springs where
Mhm.
there's not a ton of extra light. You're out
Yeah,
in the desert and we're out in the country. Like we can see the glow of Melbourne far away, but we're really uninhibited by a lot of noise light pollution. So we can
yeah,
really see the stars. We can really look out and it's really magical out there. Like anything is possible.
yeah. It's really crazy. I mean, sometimes, I've always had this kind of theory of like, it's really hard to think about the impossible sometimes, right? If you really think about it, it's almost like something's stopping us from thinking about what's out
Mm,
there. It's kind of weird. I mean, you know me, I'm not a religious person. I consider myself a little bit spiritual, but I feel like we're guided by the universe a lot. And whether there's something grander out there directing this freak show, this pantomime that we are all living through, or maybe there isn't. Maybe it all just is by chance. Um, so if by chance we are just here, and it was just all this weird scientific reaction that's gone wrong that's led to us doing this podcast, then I absolutely believe that Planet Nine could be out there. If we're here, then
Yeah,
why couldn't there be a ninth planet in our solar system?
absolutely. I think there's so much we don't know. There's so much unexplained, and there's so much that we continue to discover. If you look back 100 years ago at what they thought was impossible, we've done so much of the impossible. We've found new things. So
Yeah,
how close-minded of us to think that we've discovered it all? Like, absolutely not. Who
yeah.
knows what's out there?
Now, Erica, would you buy a ticket to Mars if they were offered?
I mean, do I have another choice? Is it like Mars or the deep ocean? Or is it just like,
Oh, you want deep ocean, huh? You want to go right
I
down there.
love the deep ocean. So there's things down there. Ever since I researched for Mariana Trench, like I
Oh
cannot
yeah,
get over the deep ocean.
I
And
know.
I've like
It's
done a
just
lot of
something about
scuba
the ocean
diving, so
that's
I've seen just enough.
yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
enough to know
But there's
there's
also
more.
it's similar to the to space, right? I mean maybe I mean my numbers might be wrong, but something about like there's 70% of the ocean that's unexplored.
Yeah,
Excuse me? Like
right?
excuse there could be anything down there. There could be whole civilizations down there.
Literally. Yes. This
Mermaids.
is what I'm talking about. Mermaids. There will be when I'm there.
Yeah, you're a mermaid.
But
Well,
yes, I would go to
Erica,
Mars. I would go to Mars, but not if Elon was in charge of the company.
I know I don't like him. It also looks really boring. Like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do when you get there?
I would rather go further. If there was a ticket that you could buy to like go look for Planet Nine, but you're not coming back. I
Just get on a really cool ship and like go.
Yeah, and just see how far you can get. That's what I'd be more likely to do.
Yeah, yeah, for
What about
sure.
you?
I'd like to do that too. Very Star Trek, very exploring, strange
Mm.
new worlds, the final
Yes.
frontier.
Hmm.
Yeah,
What is that? What you do?
yeah, I'd probably do the same.
Yeah,
Go
we could go
exploring.
together.
Imagine finding new worlds and new civilizations and like new.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I love it.
we would have so much
Gives me
fun.
like a science boner.
Yes,
Yeah.
science boners for everybody. I'll just wave my
Alrighty.
hands and
Well,
my Zoom did something
zooms
super
in and
weird when I
out. Does
waved.
mine do that? No, yours did it.
Mine did it. No, it won't do it anymore.
Mm. Well, that's it for today's journey into the cosmos, I think. Was Planet Nine hiding just beyond our reach, or is it just a cosmic speculation? Let us know what you guys think. Send us a message, comment if you're watching on YouTube. You can find us on all of our social media platforms and Patreon, or send us an email with our theories. Erica, what's our email address?
Macabre&Co at gmail.com. And that is where you find us everywhere. TikTok, Macabre&Co, Instagram, Macabre&Co, Patreon, Macabre&Co. We just did a super cool unboxing on our Patreon where we got these fantastic magnifying glasses
Yeah,
and
which I'm
that
going to
my
carry around
sister
with me all
hand
the
engraved.
times, even at work, and I'm just going to get them out in random meetings and start using them to read things.
I absolutely
I
am going
love
to do
it.
that. Like, let's see. I don't know about that.
All right, folks. So thank you
Anyway,
for joining
there's
us
lots of
again
fun
for
things
another
going on.
episode of Macabre and Company. We love all of you. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies and your mind open to the unknown. And as always,
Stay spooky.